My friend used me as her +1 for years, and I didn't realize I was basically her free assistant until I finally said no. I used to think I was just being nice. Like, genuinely. I thought I was being a good friend, the reliable friend, the one who shows up, the one people can count on, the one who can handle plans, details, awkward moments, and emergencies without making it a big thing. And for a long time, I wore that like a badge. Then one day, I realized something that made me feel both stupid and furious. My friend wasn't relying on me because she trusted me. She was relying on me because I made her life easier, and she had been training me into that role for years. Her name was Bree. We met freshman year of college in a group project. She was loud, funny, the type of person who could start talking to strangers and somehow leave with their number and a free drink. I was the opposite. Not shy exactly, just more private. I didn't love random attention. I didn't love chaos. So in a weird way, we balanced each other. Bree brought me out of my shell. I kept her from floating away into whatever impulsive decision she made that week. At least that's what I told myself. The pattern started with small things. Bree would ask me to come to events with her so she wouldn't have to go alone. Birthday parties, mixers, networking things. She always framed it like a favor, but also like it would be fun. "Come on, don't make me go by myself," she'd say. And I'd go. Because it was true. I didn't want her to feel alone. And honestly, I didn't want to be the friend who made excuses. Then it expanded. She started inviting me as her +1 to things where I didn't even know anyone. Weddings, work parties, family reunions, random cousin's engagement party, stuff that didn't make sense. I'd ask, "Why me?" She'd laugh and say, "Because you're normal. You make me look good." I used to think that was a compliment. It wasn't. It was the first time she said out loud what I didn't want to admit, that I was a prop, a stabilizer, a human accessory that made her seem put together. But it still didn't click, because she did it in a cute tone. And Bree was good at cute tones. The first real crack happened when she got a job after graduation in a sales office downtown. It was her dream job, the type of place with a glass building and a lobby with a coffee bar. She was so excited she called me from the parking garage. "They want me to bring someone to the holiday party," she said. "You're coming." "I don't know anyone," I said. "You know me," she said, like that was the only requirement. I hesitated. "I don't really like office parties." "You'll like this one," she said. "There's going to be free food and an open bar. Also, it's important." "Important how?" I asked. She lowered her. She voiced dramatically. "There's a promotion coming up," she whispered. "I need to look stable." Stable. That word. She said it like she was describing a car that runs without weird noises. I laughed it off because I was still in denial. "You're stable?" Bree made a sound like she didn't believe herself. "I'm fun," she said, "but I need stable next to me." I still went, and that party was the first time I realized how deep it was. The whole night, Bree treated me like staff. Not rude exactly, just automatic. She'd hand me her purse without asking. She'd tell me to hold her coat. She'd say, "Grab us drinks," like I was her runner. She introduced me to people with this exact phrasing. "This is Mia. She keeps me alive." Everyone laughed like it was a joke. Then she'd turn to me with that bright smile and say, "Tell them about my college days. Tell them about her, not about us." Like I was her narrator. At one point, her boss came over. Older guy, suit, shiny teeth. He was talking to Bree about performance metrics like it was flirting. Bree stood a little closer to me and put her hand on my arm like I was her anchor. Her boss looked at me and said, "So, Mia, how do you know Bree?" And before I could answer normally, Bree jumped in. "Mia's basically my sister," she said, squeezing my arm. "She's the reason I'm not a complete disaster." Her boss laughed and said, "Good. We like to see grounded people around our top performers." Grounded people around our top performers. I heard it and realized I wasn't being invited to be included. I was being used as proof that Bree was manageable. The next week, Bree called me. "Okay," she said, "I need you again." "For what?" I asked, already tired. "Networking brunch," she said. "It's on Sunday. Wear something cute but professional." I blinked. "What?" She laughed. "Don't act shocked. You're my +1. It's what we do." It's what we do. That phrase irritated me in a way I couldn't ignore anymore. Because it wasn't, "Can you help me?" It was, "This is your job." I said, "I can't Sunday." Bree paused. "Why?" "I have plans," I said. What plans? She asked immediately, like she had authority over my calendar. Just plans, I said. Personal. Bree's voice got sharper. Mia, it's brunch. It's 2 hours. You can do your plans after. I stared at my phone. Something about her saying you can, like she was granting permission, made my stomach twist. I'm not going, I said. Bree went quiet. Then she laughed lightly, like she was trying to keep it cute. Okay. Stop being weird. Are you mad at me? No, I said. I just don't want to go. But why? She pressed. I took a breath. Because I don't feel like being your accessory. Silence. Then Bree said slowly, accessory. Yeah, I said. It feels like you use me to look better. Like I'm there to make you look stable and responsible. Bree exhaled hard. Wow, that is such a reach. It's not, I said. You literally said you need me there to look stable. I said that as a joke, she snapped. It wasn't a joke, I said. Bree's tone changed. It went cold. Okay, so you're just going to abandon me? Not abandon, I said. Just not go to brunch. That's abandoning, she insisted. And there it was again. Drama. Making it life or death so I would fold. I didn't fold. I'm not going, I repeated. Bree hung up on me. No goodbye, no laugh. Just click. I sat there staring at my phone like it was a piece of broken glass. Then I got a text from her 10 minutes later. Bree, I'm disappointed in you. I would never do this to you. I stared at it. Because she absolutely would. She had. In small ways, over and over. That week, the group chat started acting weird. Not directly hostile. Just distant. Short replies, no memes, no random "what are you doing" texts. Then Malik, another friend in our circle, texted me privately. Malik, why are you mad at BRE? I replied, I'm not mad. I just said no to something. Malik, she said you called her unstable and said she uses you. I stared at his message, because Bree didn't say Mia doesn't feel like going. She told everyone a version that made me look cruel. I replied, I didn't call her unstable. She said she needs me there to look stable. I told her it makes me feel used. Malik replied, she's upset. You know how she is. Maybe just apologize. Apologize? For what? For noticing. That's when the light bulb finally turned on all the way. Bree didn't want a friend. She wanted a role filled. And when the role stopped cooperating, she sent pressure through the group. So I did something I'd never done before. I stopped rescuing her feelings. I didn't text her to smooth it over. I didn't call. I didn't show up with an apology gift. I let her sit with the discomfort of not getting what she wanted. 2 days later, she showed up at my apartment. Unannounced. She knocked like she owned the door. When I opened it, she stood there with her arms crossed, face tight. Are you seriously doing this? She said immediately. Doing what? I asked. Ghosting me, she said. I'm not ghosting, I said. I'm giving you space. Bree scoffed. Space? No, you're punishing me. I blinked. Punishing you. Yes, she said, because I asked you to come to brunch and you went psycho. I stared at her. I didn't go psycho. I said I didn't want to be your +1 all the, time. Bree stepped inside without asking. She looked around my apartment like she was inspecting. Then she turned back to me and said, You're being selfish. That word made me laugh, not because it was funny, but because it was insane. Selfish, I repeated. Yes, she said. You know I get anxious going alone. You could go alone, I said. Or you could make friends there. I have friends, she snapped. Then take them, I said. Bree's face tightened like she was trying not to explode. They're not you. I waited. Bree finally said it. The real truth, without cute tone. You make me look good, she said. You're calm, you're polite, you don't embarrass me. You know how to talk to adults. I stared at her. There was no apology in her voice. Just entitlement, like she was explaining why she deserved access to me. I said very quietly, So that's what I'm for. Bree rolled her eyes. Don't be dramatic. I felt my chest go tight. I'm not being dramatic. I'm hearing you. She waved her hand. Whatever. I'm sorry you feel that way. Can we move on? Are you coming or not? That sentence. I'm sorry you feel that way. Then, are you coming or not? Like the apology was a speed bump on the way to her goal. I took a deep breath. No, I said. Bree blinked. No. No, I repeated. I'm not going. Her face flushed. Are you actually serious? Yes. Bree stared at me like I had insulted her family. Then she laughed, sharp. This is why you're single, she said. The words hit me, but in a strange way they didn't hurt as much as they should have, because they were so clearly meant to wound. She wanted a reaction. Tears? Anger? Anything she could label as Mia being sensitive. I just looked at her. Bree realized I wasn't giving it to her, and her expression shifted into something uglier. Fine, she snapped. You don't want to be my friend, don't be. I do want to be your friend, I said. But not like this. Bree pointed at me. You're jealous, she said. You're jealous I'm moving up and you're stuck. I almost laughed again, because this is what she always did when she felt cornered. She turned it into competition. I said, I'm not jealous. I'm tired. Bree scoffed. Whatever. Have fun being boring. Then she stormed out. For a few minutes after she left, my apartment felt too quiet. I sat on my couch and stared at my phone, waiting for the guilt to hit. Because guilt is the leash people like Bree use. They make you feel like you did something wrong when you simply stop letting them use you. But instead of guilt, I felt relief, like my body had been holding tension for years and finally unclenched. The next week, the truth came out in the funniest way possible. Our mutual friend Kay hosted a small get-together. I almost didn't go because I didn't want the drama, but I went because I refused to let Bree control where I could exist. Bree was there, acting like I didn't exist. Then a guy walked in with her. Tall, nervous, nice smile. Bree introduced him as her new boyfriend. Everyone was excited, asking questions, being friendly. Bree clung to him all night like she was proving something. At one point, I ended up in the kitchen with him alone for a second while he grabbed a drink. He smiled at me, polite. Hey, you're Mia, right? Yeah, I said, cautious. He nodded. Bree talks about you a lot. My stomach tightened. Oh. He laughed lightly. She said you're like her handler. I froze. Handler? Yeah, he said, still smiling, not realizing. She said you're the one who makes sure she doesn't mess up at work events and stuff. Like you teach her what to say. I stared at him. Because that wasn't just using me, that was branding me. She had turned me into a character in her life story, even to her new boyfriend. He continued, she was nervous meeting my friends because she said you usually come with her to those things. She said, you're good at making her look, put together. Put together. I felt this weird calm wash over me, because now I had confirmation that I wasn't imagining it. It wasn't in my head. It wasn't twisting things. This was her pattern. She did it openly. I smiled politely and said, yeah, I'm stepping back from that. His smile faded slightly. Oh. He looked uncomfortable, like he had realized he'd just said something he wasn't supposed to. He muttered, gotcha, and walked back out. I stood in the kitchen holding a plastic cup and felt something close to clarity. Bree didn't just want me around. She needed me around. Not for friendship, for image management, for emotional labor, for logistics, for comfort. And the moment I stopped, she replaced me with a boyfriend and hoped nobody would notice the gap. But I noticed. And it changed everything. After that night, Bree stopped inviting me to things. Then she started posting subtweets like, some people only support you when you're struggling, and watch who switches up when you level up. People in our circle started sending me screenshots like it was entertainment. I didn't respond to any of it, because arguing with someone who performs their life online is useless. The point isn't truth, it's attention. A month later, Malik called me and said, Bree is mad you're not helping her. I laughed, genuinely this time. Helping her with what? With stuff, he said vaguely. Her job. Her social things. She said you used to keep her grounded. I said, I'm not her employee. Malik sighed. You know what I mean. I did. And I didn't care anymore. Here's what surprised me though. Once I stopped being Bree's +1, my calendar got lighter. My weekends stopped feeling like obligations. My anxiety dropped. I realized how much of my life had been shaped around her needs without me noticing. And the biggest surprise of all was how many people quietly came to me afterward and said, I thought I was the only one. Because Bree didn't just do it to me. She did it to everyone, in different roles. One friend was her therapist. Another was her ride. Another was her backup plan. I was her stable one. And once I stopped, the system had to reconfigure. I still see Bree sometimes, through mutuals, at events, in passing. She still acts like she's above it all, like she outgrew me. But now I know. She didn't outgrow me, she lost access. And that's why she's still mad. Because when someone's used to you making their life easier, your boundaries feel like betrayal. And when you finally stop being the free assistant, they don't miss you. They miss what you did for them.